The winner of The Voice is... HaVon!
Hi everybody, welcome. I am speaking with HaVon, the winner of The Voice. Asher, congratulations.
Thank you.
It is 8:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling? Have you gotten any sleep? Where are you at?
You know what? I am now sleeping so amazing that the show is over. When the show was on, I got very little sleep because I wanted to be right. I wanted to be perfect, a lot of rehearsal. I'm in one of the greatest places of my life, honestly.
As you should be.
Thank you.
I would love to go back to the beginning. Obviously, like taking us back to you growing up.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get the singing bug, and when did you determine that now was the time for you to be able to put yourself in the position to audition for The Voice?
Yeah. 3 years old, I started singing. My mom would always sing around the house, and seemingly I would pick up like on her humming and on some of her rhythms. At 4 years old, I sung my first song at my Head Start building, and it just kind of grew from there. Around 7 and 8, I realized I had a really big voice, and I started singing some of the greatest ballads at a very young age, so yeah. That's
wonderful. When did you determine that coming into this experience, like that this was a good time in your life for you to be able to take that step and to be able to audition and to embark on this whole journey?
Yeah, right before I came. You know, right before I came, prior to auditioning, I wasn't singing, I wasn't performing, I wasn't gigging, I wasn't doing anything because I had lost hope in it, you know. I had tried for so long to be something in music, and my time had just not yet come. And so I was discouraged in a season where like it just wasn't my blossom time yet. But I'm so glad that I gave my gift another chance and a chance at it, and it led me here.
That's amazing. I love that you mentioned that it didn't feel quite right, basically, and then now it just felt right for you. I think it's cool that it just clicked.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Thank you.
I'm curious to know, when you were navigating throughout this experience, and especially the factor of it all being like live, it's not pre-recorded, you know. When you're going through this experience, were there moments, were there situations where maybe even watching The Voice before going on it, did you think like something was going to pan out completely differently? Did this whole process supersede your expectations? I'm curious to know about that.
This process definitely blew my mind. I came on with no expectations other than singing. I knew I wanted to sing. I knew I wanted to be with Reba. I knew I wanted a chair turn. Anything after that was me living in the moment as the moment happened. And I've kind of always been that way, but being on The Voice, I became really embedded in that. So that was it.
Yeah, that's incredible. Also, what was it like when Reba turned her chair for you? Especially knowing that you wanted to have her as your coach if the opportunity presented itself.
I think that was the moment I knew I was in the right place.
Right.
You know, I wanted her to turn. And of course, she didn't turn as quick as Chance or Dan and Shay. It took her a while. But when she did turn, I was like, okay, I'm really here for real. So yeah.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
I could cry for you. That is so cool.
Oh.
To be able to work with a legend like that. I mean, any of them are legends.
For sure.
And John literally is one.
Yeah,
But,
he's literally a legend.
When did you go from the moment of realizing like, okay, I'm here, I'm at The Voice? Did you have a moment? Was there maybe a particular performance or even a particular episode that we saw where it clicked and you were like, going from I'm on The Voice to I could win The Voice?
Yeah. It was my I Will Always Love You performance. Standing on stage, singing it. And it was the very last. It was like maybe the very last 8 seconds or maybe the very last bars of the song where I went off the record and I just kind of did my own thing as if like I've arrived and this is me vocally. You know, we're so strict on like the melody and making sure like you're in the pocket. But when I felt that, it's like my gift just wanted to soar. and I felt like I couldn't win this. This is my last performance, and anything could really happen now.
That is so iconic. I would love for you, we were talking before we began recording. I want to talk about the cake moment. I would love if you could tell the audience kind of what you were mentioning to me, because
Yeah.
I almost threw my laptop. I was so floored when your cape went up, and the fact that, like, again, I love the fact that the voice just helps you guys and takes such good care of you. If you could tell our audience that anecdote, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, productions on The Voice is elevated, and
Yes.
I've never seen anything like it on no other show. But yeah, production is amazing. We get there and sing. They are incredible. They build our sets. They have their creative meetings, and they know exactly what they want. And when we get to that stage, they execute it to perfection, for sure.
Now, coming into your final performance, I know that you mentioned especially during your very last performance, that was kind of the moment that it clicked for you. But I kind of want to go back to, like, the night before, maybe the preparation for the final episode. What was running through your brain? Were you feeling a lot of pressure? Were you just kind of like, whatever happens, happens? I'm blessed to be able to have made it this far. What was the temperature? What were you feeling?
I think we all felt like that, because we all became family. The shows last a long time, in real time. And so we're around these people all the time, and they become your sister, your friends, your brother. And I was just excited to be a part. I really was, because I never thought I could be there. So to be there, I wrote this status on Facebook, and I said I went from dreaming about seeing a mountain to waking up to him every day. That's a win for me, Yeah.
That's iconic. I
Yeah.
love that. That would make a really good tattoo.
It
I
would.
love that. Yeah, I was gonna say that's where you have the most space.
Absolutely.
That's a really great way of putting that, though. I think that that's a really beautiful way to kind of articulate the whole
Absolutely.
process that you'd went through.
It's the experience of it all. Yeah.
Definitely. I'm curious to know, obviously you had the opportunity to work with Reba, and then you had the opportunity to perform with her. What was that moment like, being able to perform with this icon, but then she's also coached you the entire time?
I was screaming the entire time we was rehearsing. Every time she would sing, I would scream. And she would allow me to get all that out,
Right.
gonna be a fan, but tomorrow when we hit the stage, you can't scream at all. It was the most incredible experience. Reba is a pro, and she's poised, and she knows what she's doing, and she knows how to do it. So of course her and Josh had, like, their solo, which was amazing, and they was singing back and forth. But for my song, she jumped into character. I wasn't expecting that, so
I noticed
it scared me to see her sit on the couch looking. And I'm just like, so many times, what's happening here? And she jumps up, rolling her neck. I didn't get the memo, but it was a pretty incredible experience. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's so true.
Yeah.
I noticed she kind of dropped it, but I kind of figured you would have had a heads up. She just pulled
I
it
had a
out.
head up when I stepped on that stage and saw her with her hand on her hip. I knew you need to get also into character. So I peeped over there at her, and she was like, I turned back to the audience. That was a moment.
You're like, okay, we're acting this out right now.
We're acting right now.
This is Broadway.
For sure.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I love that you didn't have, like, a heads up going into, because it kind of evoked, I guess, what would
Yeah.
have, it was organic, that's
And you
for
know what?
sure.
Working with Reba, what I have found out is that you have to be prepared and ready, because anything can happen on stage. So how would
Yes.
you handle that? And she is a pro. She's a pro, and that's all I can say about Reba. She's a pro for sure.
Definitely. And obviously, take me back to the moment you find out you've won. What goes through, did you blank? Like, what was going through your head when you found out that moment that you were the winner of this whole competition?
That's crazy to hear you even say that. I felt like all I had gone through in life prepared me for that one moment in time. That moment that has become now the greatest experience of my lifetime. It was all worth it. And all this is just running through my mind. Every no, every closed door, every fearful moment, every moment of uncertainty, every moment that I doubted myself. I felt like it wasn't for me. It all became available to me at one time, and that was a powerful thing.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
My final question to you is for anybody who would be looking to obviously embark on auditioning for a show like The Voice, for The Voice, even just to take a chance and to really, kind of trust the timing of everything and really honor those passions. What would be your piece of advice to people that are finding themselves in that position?
Selma dropped the banner for me, right? It was so amazing. And my mom was there. And I consider her a very wise woman. Mm-hmm. Being younger, I'm like, why aren't you talking all these riddles and stuff, honey? Like, can you talk, just talk to me.
Right.
But she got the mic and she said, he just wasn't in his season. Doesn't matter how well he could sing. An orange tree would never blossom in the winter, even though it will always give you oranges. And so I felt like I wanted it so bad, but it just wasn't the right time. And that's where depression comes, when you're wanting something, but it's just not yet ready for you. It's like eating a raw pizza that's not done. You're gonna eat it, but it has to cook.
Right.
But when your time comes, you will know it. It feels right. It sits good in your belly, in your soul. I was sitting on the floor and I got the email that The Voice was having auditions, and I felt like maybe I should give it a try. And I put on YouTube, Whitney Houston, I Look to You, and in 10 minutes I got an email back. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So just trust your gut. Your gut know when it's time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love that. Well, I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I adore you.
I love you.
I love you. Oh my gosh. I was so happy to find, oh my gosh. I'm just so proud of you. I'm such a fan.
Thank you.
But congratulations, and thank you again for speaking with us. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
I love you.
I love you.
What an incredible job. Congrats to all of them tonight. Asher had not sung for 2.5 years before he joined us for the blind auditions, and now has won it all. Thank you to our coaches. Thank you for...
Hi, my name is Asher HaVon, and you've just been buzzed.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to congratulate Selma's own Asher HaVon for winning season 25 of The Voice. A native of my hometown of Selma, Alabama, Asher got his start singing in the church and even performed for President Obama during his visit for the 50th anniversary.